Today, I'm showing you the falling from the sky effect. First, just to let you know, I'm using free pick, not because they are sponsoring this, although that would be great, but you can do the same on Google Flow, you can do the same on Polo AI or Higgsfield. And this is my full body shot. It's just a full body shot of a person. If you want to use yourself as a subject, just use a tripod or ask somebody to take a photo of yourself. First, we need to create the final shot, and for this, I will go to the image generator, and I got the best results by using Nano Banana. I'm going to be using 16:9, which is, landscape, but if you want to use portrait, use 9:16. First, we need to add the character. So I will go here to characters and then select that image of that man or boy. I'm gonna select it and then use the image. So now we have that as a reference. I'm going to paste the prompt, and I know the prompt is a little bit long, but you can find the prompt on the description of the video. Still, the prompt is just very simple. We are describing that the man is falling, he's suspended horizontally and then falling from the sky. Then we go on and we describe how the background is. In my case, it's warm amber sky. The atmosphere is filled with a soft orange glow. Then after you describe how the background or the scene looks, and this is something that you need to do, the subject could be falling from the sky at night, during the day, Mars or the Earth or whatever. You really need to describe the background. And then I describe how the subject is, the mood. He is calmed and tranquil. If a person is falling from the sky, and if you just prompt from this, maybe the person will be in panic, but the trend is the person falling from the sky. If you want something else, you just need to prompt it. Let's run the prompt and let's get it. When we get it back, we can see it's a pretty good generation. It's just what we wanted, the orange background and the same subject just falling from the sky. If you want to change the vibe of this prompt, you can always ask Gemini to change it for you. Modify the following prompt to be during nighttime, the sky is clear, and the stars are visible. Then we need to provide the prompt. I'm going to do this and then paste the same prompt that we just used. Now, sometimes when you do something like this, it will try to load Nano Banana and notice that what is happening. If that is the case, we just need to say, provide a text response, do not create an image here. I'm going to run the prompt again, and hopefully this time it will understand and give me the prompt back. And there we go. We have the same prompt, but now we have a different location. Still, I'm going to stick with this generation. To clear the prompt, I'm going to go here and just clear everything on free pick. And I'm going to change the view maybe to a grid. So I guess it's just a little bit better. You can use the use and then as a reference. If I click it, it will just upload or put this image as a reference right from the scratch. Now we take this reference and we are going to modify the shot. The keywords here are extreme long shot and upper third. Recreate this shot with an extreme long shot. The person is barely visible and the person is located in the upper third of the frame, which if you think about this, is going to be right here. We have the sky and everything that it's below, and the person is going to be very small right here at the top. Okay, so we get it. This one, we can see that he's falling and we have nothing below, which is cool. And the other one, we do have something below. So it's fine. Both are good shots. I think I like this one the most. Why? Well, if you take a look at the clouds right here in the back, the clouds are pretty consistent. On the other one, they are not. So sometimes when you use the start frame and end frame, if the starting image and the ending image are a little bit different, you could be getting some issues. To make the video, we need a start and end frame tool. You can find this tool on almost all generators like Google Flow, Kling, Polo, you name it. I'm going to select as a model Kling 2.6. So I will go to Kling and then go to Kling 2.6, this one. I will go here to the start image and I need to select the long shot. And this is the one I like. I'm going to use as an image, and we need the close-up shot. We could prompt for a lot of things. On this first prompt, I'm just going to try to keep it simple. It's going to be 5 seconds. If you do more, it's going to be a little bit better, but I'm going to keep it on 5. 16:9, 1080p, and the prompt, it's just highly simple. A cinematic downward tracking shot following a person in fixed mid-air. Let's run the task. And we get it. It's a little bit weird, but for the most part, we are getting it. Especially on the clothing. There's a little bit of warping right there. But he's falling. I'm going to run it again with a different prompt. This is just a more complete prompt. It's the same type of movement, downward, tracking, shot, camera locked on the subject. The man remains centered in a consistent horizontal pose. And then I add only subtle, lifelike movements of his legs, arms, and head again against the wind resistance. So I'm adding a little bit of motion. Right, so let's see if we get that movement. And he's moving a little bit, but he's moving, which is good. For the most part, we are using the keyword tracking shot. And this type of shot is usually very constant. So what we get this, very paced type of motion, which is not super dramatic. And on the other one, if you take a look again, it's super constant. I kind of like it, but maybe not for this shot. It's just completely up to you. This is my prompt. The camera performs an aggressive, fast, downward zoom in. I'm telling the model I want fast and I want to zoom in, but it needs to be fast. When you're providing more instructions for the camera movement, sometimes you will need to run multiple generations. Let's see if we get it. If I play it back, we have that zoom, and notice that it's a little bit faster at the end. It's a little bit more dynamic than the other ones. I like this a little bit better than just a tracking shot. Now, something I don't like is that when the subject is falling, it's usually on the same position. It's just the same position. If I go here, we have some movement because we are prompting for it, but it's just falling like a brick. I just don't like that. So what we can do, we could go to the original image, this one, the first frame or the last frame, and we can edit this pose and we can prompt for something else. I need to go at the bottom and edit the image. If I go there, I just need to prompt what I want. I will use Nano Banana as an editor, and my prompt is the man is looking at the camera and smiling. I'm going to run this edit. Once we get it back, we can see the new one, he's smiling, and the previous one, we don't have a real change in the background, which is good. I'm going to click right here to save, and just like this, we could keep going. I could go right here to the image where the subject is smiling, and I'm saying he is making a thumbs up with his hand. He's doing something like this, and I'm going to prompt for this as well. When we get it back, we can see the smile and the thumbs up. Fine. I'm going to save this image, and now I will go back to the image generator, and I need to remove the ending frame and select the new one, the one with the thumbs up. Once we have that image, I just need to run the same prompt again. If you want to use the other prompts, you can. I will make sure I'm using Kling 2.6, 69, 5 seconds. Let's run it. Fingers crossed. Let's play it back. And he's falling. He looks. Thumbs up. Great. I like it. I gotta say, I like this one a lot more than the other ones. If you like this, please like and subscribe. This channel is supported by viewers only. To support this channel, you can buy me a coffee through PayPal, YouTube Thanks, Patreon, or you can join one of my courses. It's all in the description of the video.